I live in England,
Germany,
Italy,
India,
Botswana,
Canada,
Bahrain,
Canada,
Puerto Rico,
Hawaii,
India,
East of France,
Poland,
Sri Lanka,
South Africa,
the UAE,
United Arab Emirates,
Western Australia,
who's from India,
in the United States of America,
India,
London,
South Africa,
UK, Germany,
Sydney, Australia,
Belgium,
Indonesia,
Germany,
India,
Melbourne, Victoria.
I'm currently in a 14-day quarantine here in the beautiful Singapore.
India,
Sydney, New South Wales, Australia,
the United States, and I live in New York City.
UK,
And I am from the Philippines.
On the 4th of January, we went into our third
National lockdown.
Currently we're in lockdown in tier 4. The area that we live in is very high risk and there's a lot of cases, which is not good at all.
Everything is closed, including schools.
Which is so annoying because I want to go back to school. My exams for the end of year 13 are potentially going to be cancelled.
Summer exams have been cancelled. Everything's really up in the air and stressful here, and nobody really knows what they can and can't do.
Since December, we are again in a lockdown.
so we're not allowed to meet anybody and have to do homeschooling, which really sucks.
All non-essential shops are closed except grocery stores.
In Germany, where I came from, there is currently a full lockdown. I'm currently in a 14-day quarantine here in the beautiful Singapore, and I can't leave the room except for one COVID test.
At the moment, here in Italy, the situation is not super safe. We are still in lockdown, and today it is the 6th of January. I'm kind of scared because we are teenagers, we want to live our lives, but I'm sure that everything will be better in a few months. Going back to school in a few days. I'm super happy.
So in my country, all the students go to school, apart from the students in universities. There is a curfew in all the country, but hopefully no lockdown. The restaurants and cultural establishments are closed, but the shops and the mall are still open. I continue to go to high school with masks.
In Belgium, we've been in lockdown since the end of October. Our numbers are going down, but they have to be a lot lower before we can open up again. I am currently studying for my university exams, 3 exams that are actually on campus and the other ones are online, but I'm very grateful that I get to do a couple ones on campus.
Right now we are in lockdown. I started my freshman year in September. We've been online schooling since mid of October and it's not looking great right now. I'm on winter break. After that, I'm sure that we will continue online schooling.
Currently, COVID is really freaking bad here.
Yesterday, the United States had over 300,500 new cases.
We are seeing about 2,000 plus deaths a day more.
And in North Carolina specifically, we had close to 10,000 new cases. Some places of the United States are in lockdown, California and on the West Coast.
We're currently in a spike because of the travel from the holidays like Thanksgiving, Christmas, etc.
We have had some recommendations to, of course, not gather with anyone, only go out if you need groceries or to go to work, school, etc. They're just kind of suggestions, they don't hold any authority.
Throughout the pandemic, we have seen a lot of people refuse to follow CDC guidelines like wearing a mask, and a lot of people have been partying during the pandemic, which stops us from getting the virus under control.
Our current situation here in Hawaii is that we're still able to go outside, but we can't go out in big groups, we can't have big gatherings, we have to wear a mask, we have to be 6 feet apart, and there are certain places that we can't dine into.
current situation in Canada or in my province is that we are all in lockdown. Everything is closed, shut down.
We are doing online school here in Ontario, and we are averaging about 5,000 cases a day.
They decided to extend our winter break, so elementary students are going back on the 11th of January. I hope they can go back that day, and us high schoolers are going back on the 25th. Again, I hope we can go back that day. I don't want it to be March again because that'd be terrible.
So the situation currently where I live is aggravating day by day. There are more cases, there are more deaths. The medical personnel are dying because of this.
The current situation here is a bit rocky. We have 1.13 million cases.
We are in our second wave, so we do hope that we go back to level 4.
The hard part here is that people love partying.
It's South Africa, it's a whole vibe.
And the economy is really low, so it's hard for our president to make restrictions. I'm going to school in January. We wear masks and maintain social distancing at school. Sadly, I know a lot of people who have been infected by the virus.
I did get COVID back in July,
but most of them have recovered.
People saying masks are uncomfortable. Don't have to wear a mask if you're at home. Just stay home.
So COVID here hasn't been too bad. However, we had a 2-month lockdown in around May, and it was pretty strict. We couldn't leave our houses at all, and there were scheduled grocery trips. And after 2 months, first exam classes went back to school, and we had desks 2 meters apart. Other than the few restrictions due to the festive season, everything has calmed down, which I am happy for.
In the UAE, the coronavirus situation is much better than other countries.
There is no lockdown, but I am still doing online school.
So we stopped going to school in February of 2020 and didn't go back until late September, early October, which was a blessing to be able to go back to in-person school. It felt great seeing everybody. I think something that we did well was that at the beginning we contained it and we would go days without many cases. However, now it's picking up speed a bit because it's after winter break.
We don't have lockdown, and we didn't go through a lockdown from the beginning of the pandemic, thank God. But we still have the COVID, and we still have cases goes up and down. I am a student at university. I'm struggling, of course, with online schooling, and now I'm having a final exams. So pray for me.
The situation in my country isn't that good.
There are cases every day.
We have like literally 20-25,000 cases per day.
There's nothing like a strict lockdown right now.
I don't know why, but there should be, because cases are increasing every day and people are not trying to understand it. They are going out as if everything is normal.
I'm avoiding cinema, I'm avoiding local parks and all those gatherings. I am just trying to stay at home mostly and just study.
We have exams coming up right now.
And we really hope that we don't have to give them physically.
Because, we've studied online the entire year.
Things here have been alright.
And India is in a very decent situation. Not like too terrible and not so good also.
We were reporting 90,000 to 100,000 cases in September. Now we report like 15 to 20,000 cases. We're not in lockdown anymore.
Our schools are opening up again.
My school reopens in the end of January.
I guess the vaccine is gonna come into action from next week onwards.
The current situation in Sri Lanka is we were locked down about 3 months, but now under some rules and regulations we are opened back. I feel really blessed because I survived for 2021.
The current situation here is we're still social distancing and online schooling, and we have a few cases a day, but they recover, but a few can also die.
We actually started our 2020 pretty bad already because last January 2020, one of the volcanoes here in the Philippines actually erupted and caused an ashfall. So we students weren't able to go to school for like a few days, so we had to do it kind of online. Then March 2020, coronavirus hit us, so we had to be locked down. And until now, we're actually still locked down. So it's almost a year. And now January 2021, there is 480,000 cases in total, and 448,000 were recovered, and almost 10,000 died because of the virus.
Currently in Sydney, we have further restrictions because there's been another outbreak of about 200 cases near the northern beaches.
Where I live, I'm very close to a place that has a lot of COVID clusters.
We have to wear masks indoors, like it's mandated now. You can only have 5 people over and 30 people in outdoor gatherings.
Well, we're actually basically back to normal. Of course, we do still have COVID-19 cases, but those cases and those people are in quarantine hotels, so they're not spreading the virus everywhere.
Last year in 2020, we went through 2 major lockdowns and we went all the way up to stage 4. Only one person from each family could go to the supermarket. We couldn't leave the 5-kilometer radius around us. There was curfews. We could only be outside for like an hour a day. That kind of eased a little bit when numbers started to drop. So in November we had like 0 cases.
I live in Melbourne, Victoria, and the situation isn't really that bad at all. It was from like August to about October, I think. I live in the same state as Maskit, so we did it together.
So here are my top tips for staying sane in lockdown. First of all, I work out every single day, whether it's a HIIT, a yoga, a Pilates, a stretch, just anything really.
Doing sports, going for walks, and so it really helps for your mental health.
I also journal a lot. I write things that I can control and what I can't control.
Journal as much as possible.
You write all your positive thoughts, maybe a bucket list for after the lockdown.
And the most important thing is I keep my routine. Having some normality of getting up at the same time is just so beneficial for my mental health.
Wake up early. If you have a call at 10 a.m. or 10:15 like me, don't be waking up 5 minutes before your call.
Make sure that you get dressed in the morning, do your hair, and if you wear makeup, then wear makeup because that will help you to feel so much more motivated and less lazy.
Maybe even dress up. To me, this is dressed up.
Use this time to do things that you have not always been able to do.
Focus on something, try to keep yourself busy.
And a great way to do that is by picking up some hobbies.
Be creative.
If you want to start painting, start painting. Even if you're painting suck, you can just start it.
If you would like to open a YouTube channel, this is the perfect time. I started my own.
Oh, I did that in, I think it was April.
I was making more content. In that month alone, my views doubled.
I recently started a YouTube channel and I always edit before I go to bed.
I really took the time to learn new editing techniques and really focus on producing higher quality content.
I also tried to learn French through an app called Duolingo.
I learned how to skateboard in quarantine.
So I actually started doing some knitting during lockdown for school. We make squares and we put them into blankets and then give them to homeless people.
Do things you love and you wouldn't normally be able to do, like read books.
Read a book.
I was reading books, I was writing.
Try to be productive as much as you can.
Do one thing and then get motivated to do things.
Stay healthy and safe.
It's not a fad that it will disappear quickly.
Wear a mask.
Wear a mask.
Please wear your mask.
Make sure your mask matches your outfit.
Always. Pink masks go with everything.
Social distance and only go out if you need to.
People, whenever they come back home from anywhere, they should take a bath or sanitize themselves so that the loved one can stay safe.
Make sure you have a designated desk and seating area so that it feels like school.
It is super important change of workspace. So
this is my room, but I cannot stay here for a very long period of time. I can move to the kitchen, I can move to the side room, it depends.
Have a clean space.
And use your school timetable.
You can also call some friends
with a video call or so.
Do Zoom meetings. You and your friends are in this together.
Keep in touch with family and friends, even though it's not always the easiest.
Talk to your friends at least every few days.
Call your friends, call your family.
And you don't have to talk like all the time, but just that you both are there, like as you would be at school doing your work. You can ask and answer questions. I do it like all the time with my friends.
Be patient with yourself, take loads of mental breaks, and to have hope.
If you're ever feeling stressed or anything, just give yourself a break and talk to some people that you trust.
Every once in a while, my mother and I, we sit down and we have a nice long chat about everything that's been bothering us. We basically pour our feelings out to each other, and after that, it feels like a whole new beginning. We feel way more happy, motivated, and optimistic. I urge you all to go and speak with someone you trust and you love.
Spend time with your family.
Be close to your siblings or your family. Chat more, eat together.
I know these times can be really hard. I haven't seen my friends in like 2 months, but I have done so much for myself.
Take time for yourself. For example, I'm taking long hot baths because at my country it's like middle of winter without snow.
Make your mental health a priority.
Do something you love.
My tip is to recreate your life. Think about who you are when you are the best version of yourself. And during lockdown you just have a lot of more time than you would have usually. So make yourself a vision board, a dream board. And this whole process just helped me to think so positive, and I think that this is the key during quarantine. Think positive. Everything happens for a reason.
Focus on the positive things of your day.
That's really important since there are a lot of negative vibes in our world right now.
This is like the most important tip. Just keep asking yourself what your higher self would do. So say you're doing online school and you don't want to do online school. You want to like sleep or something during school. Ask yourself what your higher self would do. Your higher self wouldn't go back to sleep. Your higher self would sit there, listen during online school. Just manifest a better version of yourself.
This pandemic was an eye-opener for me because it really made me realize that we should make the most out of everything that we have right now.
Just live every moment of your life and enjoy it.
Always try your best and never give up. Everything is possible.
And just remember there's a light at the end of the tunnel.
Hello guys, it's Maskit. I just thought I'd come on here and say a few words because I am truly touched. This project started out as a small idea. I thought I was just going to include it at the end of my recent video, which is a quarantine routine. But then I looked over the footage and I was like, I have to make this into a video to document all your experiences and the tips for all of you in lockdown right now. I've been staring at your faces for literally 9 days in editing. I feel like I fully have a connection with each one of you who sent in videos. I would also like to give a massive shout out to TAPP channel, which I got some drone footage from. Thank you so much for letting me use it in my video. So go check that channel out. They have some beautiful, beautiful footage of areas in the United States. If you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and share it with your family and friends. And if you didn't get to participate this time, don't worry, because I'll definitely be doing more of these in the future. Also, if you have any other tips on dealing with lockdown, or if you just wanted to let me know how your country is doing with lockdown, comment down below. I'm sending you my love. Stay safe and well, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!
Bye from Italy.
I hope everyone is doing well, sending lots of love.
Bye.
I hope everyone's okay. Bye.
Bye.
Stay safe.
And I hope you're getting better soon.
So stay happy everyone, but also please stay healthy because this is really serious, and keep wearing a mask and we will get through this. So best wishes to everyone. Bye.
Bye.
I hope that everything will be fine and Happy New Year.
Bye.
Don't lose hope, we will get through this.
I hope that you all are making the most of whatever the situation is where you are. Bye.
If you have a healthy mental attitude, you'll be fine.
But also, when it comes to school, YOLO. Bye.
Things will get better and you're very strong and you will be able to get over anything and everything. All the love, take care from India.
Yeah, lots of love from India. Bye guys. Have a nice day.
Bye.
I'm sending all the love and support from here. Bye.
Happy New Year everyone. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you so much for helping me during COVID.
Just hang in there.
You got this. I know you do. Me and Maskit went through it, and you can too. Bye.